All right, Jeff Grubb here, and it came the Hori Full HD PlayStation 4 monitor. It snaps right on the PS4, gives you the image. I haven't tried it yet. We're going to find out what it's like. If you don't know the story behind this, it just came out. Amazon had a pricing error. They put it up for $15 for a few minutes back like a couple months ago now. It just showed up at my house a few hours ago. Normally, I think it retails for about $250, $280, somewhere around there. We're going to check it out, see if it's worth that. If not, 15 bucks, who cares? So let's go ahead. We're going to unbox this, get it out, hook it up to our PS4, and see how it plays. All right, let's get to it. Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing out of the box. So, let's see. I think you can, I thought it came with some Asian writing on it, but I don't see it. So, yeah, this must be, they're probably going to stock this on shelves if any of the retailers can get it. I think it's kind of sold out right now because there was such a rush on that $15 price point. Let's see, I'm going to just slide this out. Oh, things are falling. Little short HDMI cord, that will be useful. Documentation. Let's go ahead and get rid of this box now. Give you one more look at it. You can kind of see how it's supposed to work there. All right. So the first thing that fell out was that tiny HDMI cord. This is going to be useful for connecting the monitor, obviously, to the thing without having a huge amount of slack, because all the HDMI cords I have, of course, are like at least 3 feet long. So let's see what else they got here on the side. So it looks like this is a separate power cable that's going to be just for the monitor. We'll see how well that works. I remember that the GameCube had a little like Hori or Nyko monitor that came with it where the power would kind of sort of daisy chain from the GameCube to the monitor and then to the wall or like the car outlet. So hopefully this has something similar, but it doesn't look like it so far. Let's see if there's anything else on the side here. Nope. All right, let's take a look at the goods. It's pretty cool. It's got, let's see if I can get the light on it right. You can see the two stereo speakers there on front. Kind of feels light and maybe even a bit cheap. Well, I paid 15 bucks for it, so that's not a surprise. But you can see it has this sort of slanted edge, just like the PS4. And that it's going to probably look just right sitting on top of it. So let's take a look at the monitor now. All right, that's cool. You can see the screen. It's a 16 by 9. And then it has all the control buttons right here. Menu, maybe channel up or down. I don't know. Volume, power. Let's take a look at the inputs. There's two HDMIs. So it must be an HDMI in and HDMI out. I don't know. Oh, and there's two headsets there. So you can... not like the controller already doesn't have it. But yeah, look, it's going to take a separate power. It doesn't look like there's any daisy chaining going on here. So that's a bummer. But, whatever. So what I'll do now is I'm going to get my PS4 set up here. We'll get that tested out and see how it looks. Okay, we're back. We're going to get it set up. So I kind of already got it sitting here. Everything's plugged in. You can see it's loose. So I actually missed these little brackets that were also in the box. I'm going to dig those out now. So let's see. Put this back there. If you open the screen, you can see that there's a little divot here. Right there. You can kind of see it there in the light. Should be able to snap that right there on there. Wow, that was super easy. I was expecting it to be kind of more of a pain in the ass. Maybe this one will be. Yeah, and it's kind of secure now. Well, that's awesome. So, I haven't really put this through any tests. So, who knows if like you throw this in a bag or something, if that's going to fall apart. I don't know. I wouldn't treat this like it was one unit if I was moving it. But for sitting here and maybe in a car or whatever, oh, I hit the power button. In the car, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Alright, now I'm going to hook up the HDMI cord. That screen looks really good. Alright, I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit closer so you guys can see it. That's going to take a second. Update now. Alright, I'm going to update this as well, and I'm not going to make you guys sit through that. So, I'll be right back. Where's this disc going? Alright, let's take a look at the screen itself. So I got the camera kind of pointed right up on it. This is, I'm just using a regular camera. This isn't like direct capture. As you can tell, I'm sort of like lopsided here a little bit. So the screen, I think, looks great. It plays great. There's no fading or shimmering or motion blur. The image is super crisp. I was expecting some garbage. I was expecting the screen to look like fuzzy, undetailed, things like that. But it kind of makes sense. If this is retailing for $250 at this size, at that price, I mean, that's about what a good panel would cost, and this looks like a decent panel. I'm going to try out a few games. First thing I'm going to try out is Trials Fusion. You can see that it looks fine, looks great. If you are kind of sitting with this on your lap or maybe on a desk right in front of you, this screen is going to give you enough a view, a large enough screen so you could see everything that's happening. It's hard, there's not much of a difference between this and a 50-inch screen that's sitting 8-10 feet away from you. Okay, now let's look at Dying Light. This is just the intro movie. We're going to play through that just so you can get a sense of like what it looks like, what a crisp, like high detailed video looks like. I don't have the audio on here because it's hard to pick up the speakers. I'll talk about the speakers a little bit though. It has 2 stereo speakers out in front, and they sound kind of tinny, like you would expect. They get the job done. They can get really loud, but the louder they get, the worse they sound. But they're good for like if you are playing a Blu-ray movie for like people in the back seat of your car, that would work. And if you're sharing a game and you're sitting side by side, that would work. But the thing also has 2 headset jacks in the back, so you could just use that instead. And I think in most circumstances, you're probably going to want to use the headset for this. And that's going to do it. So I think that kind of gives you a good overview of what this screen is like. I don't have a final opinion yet, but my early impressions are that I like this screen. I might even keep my PS4 up in my office now so I can play games during work, things I need to get done for review videos I'm making. That way I don't have to take up the TV downstairs. And I actually think this is a better option than, at least for me, for streaming the game from my PS4 downstairs to my PS TV up in my bedroom, since that could be kind of choppy and unreliable. So I'm digging this. I think it's totally worth $15. We'll see. I'll give it some more testing. We'll see if it's worth $250. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.